everyone, and welcome to the show. My name is Luca, and today I am brought here with Dr. Mariam, and we're talking today about Dr. Haas All Natural Supplements. So this is something that was created for Dr. Mariam by Dr. Haas because she kicked him into gear, basically, isn't it? That's basically what happened. And for people that don't know, go ahead and explain.
Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Mariam. Lucas had a great start on it. The Dr. Haas Supplements is my husband's company. He is a medical doctor with PhD in immunology and a lot other medical background and research. And I was his wife who suffered from hot flashes for years. And like you said, Luca, I was the push because it was like, you either gonna sit down and research and find out how to solve my problem, or I'm going to just suffer and make our life miserable, because it really took a big toll on my life. I'm very active. I'm a dentist that practices orthodontics, TMJ, and sleep apnea, and I see about 23 to 25 patients a day, and I couldn't be getting hot flashes on every other patient. There was a time that every other patient with air condition on, in the middle of the winter, I would just feel the surge of hot, it's like fire comes down up to your neck, and then all of a sudden you're dripping water from your forehead, and you feel like the world is watching you going through that transformation, and maybe they didn't. But I had to act like I'm really cool and I'm listening to them while I was suffering from inside. So it did take a toll for me. I stopped exercising totally because the moment I was doing something that was extraneous and I was getting sweaty, I was just like reminded, oh my God, a hot flash is gonna come, so I would stop. So was like, any of you that suffered or have loved ones that suffered, and you can't feel what they're feeling, but I will promise you it's not a good feeling. Right. And I don't wish it for anybody.
Right. So how long ago was that? Was that a year ago, a couple of years ago?
No, I started suffering from hot flashes in 2014, and I tried everything. This product just came into market during the quarantine. Mm-hmm. So we just were able to bring this to market. So I started hot flashes in 2014. 26 years I suffered from hot flashes. Okay, now I didn't suffer 100% of those 6 years because I really went and I really live a very healthy living, non-invasive mindset, and I tried acupuncture, and wonderful guy here in town in Hermosa Beach, and he was very helpful, but it didn't take it away. It reduced the size of it for a short time. I tried every remedy, every capsules that Whole Food markets that are like natural, wholesome markets had for hot flashes, and they all helped a little bit for a few days, and then it just went away. So I just was very frustrated. I didn't want to take hormones. I just didn't want to do that route, and I thought, okay, how long more is this gonna last? And it wasn't just until right before COVID-19 quarantine time, where a few months before that, I kind of pressed my husband into sitting and starting research again. I took him away from research, I put him back to research again. And I told him that that there's products out in Mother Nature that has the enough supplement of estrogen that could help me without creating any type of what you call imbalance in my body.
True. Yeah.
You always have, tell us about
how. Oh yeah, the balance. So I actually do use Dr. Haas supplements as well, but I use the men's supercharge, and a lot of the time it has a connotation of negative connotation in the sense because they think it's basically just Viagra. No, it's really not. It's a supplement. It's all completely natural. It's just roots. It's vegetables. That's all it is. So I take it. I'm 24 years old. I have no problems. The thing is that it's all about balancing your body. That's what Dr. Mariam was mentioning, is balancing your body, because hormones is much different. It's almost basically a punch to your body, or like a hammer in your body. We don't need that. That's too much. That's too much going on at one time. And I'm talking like a doctor right now.
I think you've been around Dr. Haas too long.
I know.
You've been too long around Dr. Haas.
Anyways, but yeah, so my point is that since Dr. Haas is very different in the sense it's all about just balancing your body and replenishing what it's lost. That's the best way I can describe it. Because with Men Supercharge, it's completely natural. It's all roots and vegetables coming from Peru, and that's it. There's no additives, there's no GMOs, there's nothing that's going on in your body that, like, if it's too much, your body will just dispose of it. It's very easy for your body to dispose of it. So that's when we're talking about balance, there's no side effects, it's basically just replenishing what you guys have lost.
Yeah. So that's how it started. I got him stimulated into learning more and looking at all the fruits and roots in nature around the globe that may have estrogen as their sources. He formulated, and we traveled to the best source of those products, which was in Peruvian jungles of Amazon, rainforest.
There you go.
Amazon rainforest in Peru, and we met with the manufacturer, the people that were actually taking the product from their land. They have 250 acres of field that they have all these vegetables and roots growing, and how they take it from the ground to the peels very, very cleanly. And when they were making that for me, we were buying enough for me to live with until my hot flashes are gone. And I start talking about it. Oh, by the way, it took only we were there in February of 2020, where I took the first one. Within few days, I would say maybe 6-7 days, I can't remember exactly, I realized that, oh my God, the second day I didn't have hot flashes. And my hot flashes reduced, and I thought, okay, this is just a placebo. But after 6-7 days of taking one in the morning, one at night, you can take 3 a day, but I just wanted to take 2 just because during the day I usually am busy, I forget. And I realized that it's not coming back. It was almost like, is this going to last or is it not going to last?
I can see it almost being like kind of like, for lack of a better metaphor, it's almost like you're like, wincing. You're like waiting for it to happen, and you're like waiting for the other shoe to drop. Yeah,
it's like, what's going on? Luca, one day when you get married, you're going to have so much sympathy for your wife because you've seen me talk about it so much. It actually was exactly like that. After a week, the second week came around, and I thought, oh my God, I'm not having hot flashes. I was back to work from Peru, and I start talking about it to my staff, to my patients, and they all wanted to have some. So now it is a year. Is it a year? A year and a half.
Yeah.
That I've been taking. This morning I had one of each: the Woman Supercharged, Woman Cool Down, and I guarantee you that it worked for me. It's hold its promise for a year. I love my husband for doing this, and I got him to do business, and he's not a good businessman, but I got him to bring it out because if it's helping me, why not helping other people? And that's how it started.
Yeah, I really like that story because it's especially knowing Dr. Haas too. It's very funny to just think about him like being like, all right, I'm gonna start a business. It's like, I already got so much stuff going on. Like, please, Dr. Barry. I just imagine him being like, really? Like, I got one more thing to do. But no, I love the fact that like you guys it's how clean everything is, because I've seen the plant itself, and it's just a beautiful place, really. And it's like right on the edge of the forest, and it's just, you look out and it's just like, how is this really a place? Like, it's unreal.
You have to travel.
I know. Yeah.
Maybe in future times you'll be traveling and talking to the manufacturers, because I think everybody needs to visit Peru, and I think it's around the rainforest, Amazon jungles. It's such a beautiful, all the countries surrounding it, they're so beautiful and so green and so rich with elements. I mean, I love being in Peru for this, but at the same time, I love all the fruits that they have, all the exotic fruits that we don't have here.
I can see.
And once a while you see a store that carries maybe one little one and it's not even ripe on the tree. But when you're there and you go to the store, oh my goodness, I was telling my husband, I want to fill my luggages with all these fruits. And he says, they're going to catch us in the airport. I said, why would they not let me bring my own fruit? But honestly, I don't know why they're not exporting those exotic fruits. Such
Amazing.
Rich.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
Oh my God, like some of the fruits we don't even know what their names are here.
Right.
And then when you
I would say
take
most of them. Like maca has gotten more popular in recent years, but like that's probably the main one. But that's it.
Yeah.
That's
Maca,
it.
yeah. And that's one of our main ingredients in our supercharges
Right.
for men and women. And it's really about the quality of maca. We're learning more about it. But another fruit that they make ice cream in Peru from is called lucama. And lucama is a fruit that is basically, it looks like an avocado, but when you open it and you eat it, it tastes like you've got a vanilla, cinnamon. You have a dessert.
It's like sweet.
You have it's sweet, but you have so many different flavors that come and reminds you of, and they make ice cream from it. Now I was at one of the high-end stores in Malibu, and they had the lucama powder, and now I'm adding it to my cereals and oatmeals and so forth. But it's so amazing that those fruits are not available to us.
Yeah.
Because if we had that today here and we ate it, we didn't need to have peels.
Right.
We are really robbed from all the Mother Nature's supplements and foods because everything we're eating is processed. So I think that's one of the reasons that we have no balance right now. We get to an age that we don't have balance because my mother-in-law used to tell me when she was alive, she passed away 2 years ago, that I never felt hot flashes. So she didn't understand what I was going through. So, and I really think that she was right about that because at old days, there was so many people had so many natural resources that we don't have now. Everything is packaged and ripped off of their elements.
That's true. Yeah, you hear about it all the time where it's like you might have a bigger tomato, but it's just more water. It's not more nutrient.
It's not tasty.
True. Yeah, especially strawberries are the same way where it's
Oh
like
my
you have this
God.
giant strawberry, but it's just like
It's exactly that. I
Yeah.
promise you.
Yeah, I love the fact that you guys have like actually gone to the place and like tasted the roots, and like actually got your hand in the soil. That's like fantastic. So, but yeah, let's go back to the actual like the effects of it. So you said hot flashes. Like I'm a guy, so I don't know anything about it. So with menopause, like is it just hot flashes? What else happens basically?
Basically, hot flashes take all your energy.
Gotcha.
When you're low estrogen and you get to an age that your body is not producing estrogen, and if you're not supplementing it with the food you eat every day, then you feel that surge of low estrogen, and that comes through as hot flashes. But one of the things that I personally experienced is low energy.
Gotcha.
I had no energy during my daily work, and when I'm very high beat person, and you've seen me now, when I would come on my desk in between my patients, I was sitting like this, and I wanted to like somebody just to lay down somewhere, and they had to come and say, Dr. Mariam, you have a patient. And I had to go back and come back.
You had to like put yourself together.
I had to put a lot of effort to do what my daily life was.
Gotcha.
But now with the I have to say, I don't know if the Woman Cool Down alone gave me the energy or combining with Supercharge, because the maca is something that I was introduced a few years ago, and when I took maca alone, I got the energy but didn't take care of my hot flashes.
Right, you got more energy, but it wasn't really helping everything else that's in the background.
So now that I take the Supercharge with the maca in there, we know that maca gives you protein and gives you endurance and gives you libido and gives you, it's just a drive that you don't have and you don't have it, and I can't describe it. It balances your endocrine. It's so much for you. So when I take the combined in the morning once, but I only take one Supercharge during the day, but I take the cool down twice a day, and it's all I need. I don't want to be supercharged at night. I want to sleep, but it just all you need to get your daily activity. You have energy, your brain is functioning, your mind is functioning, you're cool. So it has been changing my life. It's been quarantine year, but I've done more this year with my products and my vision. We've published a study during it's because of the energy I got back.
Right.
Everything was settling on my desk and I wasn't doing much. So now everything's back and I'm telling you to do, let's do this. And you're holding me down.
I'm like, all right, we gotta focus again.
Focus on one thing. But it's not my fault. It's a Supercharge.
I love that. Yeah. No, and that's one thing I've always I'm just imagining, like, if you didn't have this during quarantine and you're like at home with hot flashes, like,
oh my god, with everybody in the house.
Yeah. Oh
my goodness.
That's so true.
No. It's honestly, I really want the people that buy it to know that if it doesn't work for them, I guarantee you we will refund your money 100%. It is something that works, and I have no doubt that you will benefit. We've already sold it to many of our patients, and they all have benefited. They've told their families, and we have patients in other parts of the world that they are seeking it, and we're looking to see how it is that we can have Amazon in other parts of the world. But it works, and we guarantee our words behind it. And you know Dr. Haas.
Yeah, no, that's true. Dr. Haas wouldn't. I mean, he's got so many years of research and also so many years of experience that he doesn't want to just throw it away.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that it's just gonna, if you're gonna put a product out there, it's not gonna be something.
And it's not him, and I don't think his colleagues at work know even he has this product. He's very quiet about it. It's not something.
Well, in general.
In general, he's quiet, and that's why I'm here for him. He's farming today, but.
He's at the land, that's right. Yeah.
He's at the
That's
land.
by the way, that's why Dr. Haas can't be here today, is because he is going back to very natural and all about nature. Is that you guys have a farm?
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about the farm. Like,
So my husband is born and grew in a farm environment back home, and he always wanted to have that vision for our kids. When we had our children young, we looked around the areas that we can afford, and it was Tehachapi, California, where they have 4 seasons. For those of you that are in California, visit Tehachapi. It's beautiful. They have a beautiful train loop that everybody comes and visits. And they have elevation that creates, we get snow, we get to see 4 seasons, and we have a 1,000-tree farm that we started from nothing. So he goes and tends his trees, and we have livestock, so him and my son are there now.
that's awesome. So wait, what type of stuff do you grow on the farm?
Everything that grows in 4-season area.
Okay.
So there's a lot of stone fruits, peaches and nectarines and apricots and apples and pears and Asian pears and cherries. Right now it's cherry season, cherries and pistachios and walnuts and
That's a lot of stuff.
yeah, I can't remember
Yeah,
anymore, but there's other exotic fruits there. We have some berries and other things, but I can't think of right now
That's
all
good.
of them, but that's the majority of them are those fruits.
But that's a perfect example of like why you guys have this product too, is because you guys are surrounded by it all the time, which is such a, because I've noticed just more and more in like, as we like move along in this world, just more and more natural remedies are coming along rather than, pumping your body with some estrogen or pumping your body with testosterone. Granted, like it's still around and popular to do, but I've noticed more and more we're coming to a natural remedy, trying to find like more non-invasive and something that's organic remedy.
Yeah, but also organic. Being a farmer now for over, 12, 13, 14 years, I promise you a lot of stuff that you see in the market that goes under organic. I don't know how organic they are, and I know that there's a seal on them. As farmers, our fruits that are organic, because we don't add anything, they don't look as perfect as the fruits that are in the store. I don't know how they make that to perfection without any type of an attack by any type
Or
of
manipulation.
Because we talk about it with Haas all the time. How is they're saying this apple is organic? How is our apples organic and it has
And they're
a
all
little
perfectly symmetrical.
perfectly symmetrical? So I don't know about that, but we both believe in natural, and that's why we wanted to go see what type of resources they have, because those fruits obviously cannot grow in here,
Right.
and maybe they can, but
It's not popular to do at all. Yeah.
so in order to go to somewhere that has that, we wanted to make sure that it is done the right way.
That's awesome. Well, tell me a little bit more about, let's go back to hot flashes. So the ingredients in here, what's in here
I
specifically?
think for me, the major ingredient that's working is the awahi.
Gotcha.
Awahi is a fruit that is in Amazon jungles, and it's just beautiful fruit. And if you go to to Dr. Haas's website, drhaassupplement.com, you'll see the picture of the fruit should be in there.
All of them are.
Yeah, all of them are. And it is a fruit that you would not see here, and that's why we have to rely on these supplements. It also has a germinated soy beans in there, but it's from a very good source. I know we all in US are afraid of soy products because of China and all the soy products we use in car industry and everything. These are soys that are naturally grown in Amazon jungles. And for those of you that don't like soy products, we're bringing another formula that has non-soy product. But I promise you, I don't take soy milk, I don't eat soya, but this soy product is, I saw it, is germination of the soy fruit that are non-GMO. We're not talking about mass production. We're not talking about industries going to that farm and buying. It's just for the products, that supplements that they make.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people think the moment they hear soy,
right,
with cancer, with the, because when you become GMO, it just takes you to a whole different.
It's totally different. It's yeah, and that's almost like where you think about every fruit that we have is basically the same. It's like completely identical. Like that's not that's not how it should be. Yeah.
And this year I'm going to, now that you're back home, I'm going to make sure you visit the farm, and I'm going to bring your family some fruits when they come, and you'll see them. They taste and they smell so fantastically, but they may not look so perfect, the skin, because there is this environment, there's a lot of environmental factors that unless you put pesticides on them, you're not going to protect your fruits. And I told my husband, we will never, even the organic stuff we're not putting, just because we don't know how organic they are. We do though put like soap and garlic, and we do occasionally things like that to just avoid the pests that are coming, but it's just,
it's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it, and it's just, the fruits are not perfect.
Yeah. No, so let's talk about the. So we have Woman Cool Down, we have Woman Supercharge, and so but you guys have 5 products total, correct?
Yes.
So you have Women Cool Down, Women Supercharge, Men Supercharge, Defense Charge, and Prostate Health. So what's the difference between all of those? Like, how are they like affecting?
Yeah. So the Defense Charge is for people that have low immune system, or at the time that we had all COVID-19, we all took it on a daily basis because it improves your immune system, and if you have a cancer, your pre-cancer or post-cancer treatment, that helps you to attack only the cancer cells. It's not a cancer therapy. I can't talk about it like that, but it actually helps boost your immune system for patients that are pre-cancers or post-cancer treatments. It also boosts your immune system if you have autoimmune diseases or immune deficiencies. For the prostate health is for men that are older, that have prostate issues, and it's a healthy way of adding those supplements, fruits and roots of nature, that helps with the prostate inflammation. So anti-inflammatory effects of it.
Let's get anti-inflammatory. I hear that like all the time with you guys. So what is it? Why is anti-inflammatories like so important? Because it seems like everything you guys have is an anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
So like, what is it? Just because of environment or what?
No, because inflammation is part of natural aging process.
Gotcha.
And when you want to fight that aging process and disease, you want to have things that are anti-inflammatory, that reduces the inflammation from nature. And we all are learning more about turmeric, ginger. We're learning about a lot of cumin, the curry. They're all anti-inflammatory, but and you can use those naturally, or you can have anti-inflammatory supplements added to your product, so that as you have inflammation in your prostate because you're 65 and you already have that natural process of aging, this will bring the inflammation down so that your prostate health is better.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Okay. And
you know about the Men Supercharge.
Yeah,
you should talk about that.
Yeah, Men Supercharge, going back to what we were talking about earlier, is it's made at Baca, and then there's L-arginine, and then there's wine? Well, that's one. I believe so.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. So all those ingredients are basically just replenishing what you've lost from either working out or what you don't get when you're eating, as we were talking about with the nutrition of all the fruits, since fruits now don't really give you anything except a little bit of flavor.
And increases the testosterone.
Right. That's what I was about to say too. Is that so? The main thing that it does is basically increasing your testosterone and make sure that you are completely balanced in the sense of, making your hormones and the endocrine system and all that stuff back to normal.
Again,
and which
balance.
Is like nowadays, it's more and more. It's erectile dysfunction. I know it's like a bad thing to say, ED and all that stuff, but it's so common.
No, it's very common.
Which is like insane.
It's very
for like
common.
younger guys
Yes,
too.
yes, it's very common, and I don't know if it's something to do with our food we
I think
eat.
100%.
The water and the bottles of estrogen that we're taking in water, bottled water, which I totally am against young men taking water bottles from the plastic sources that are not BPA free. And it's the safest thing is to have your good metal water bottles and just have a filtration system at home and just drink that. It's safer than all the bottled waters that are out there, because the plastic waters that are out there, totally, Haas and I believe in this, that they, especially if they're sitting in the heat sometimes, transforming from a place to a place, you get to your store, and I see stores putting it out there in the outdoors as well.
Yep.
And then you're drinking it, you're 100% taking estrogen, and there's more and more men having more estrogen and less testosterone. So it just takes you out of that balance.
Mm-hmm.
So with the Men Supercharge, you're building muscle. Basically, it's good for people that want to build up. We have people that are in muscle build up and workout and bodybuilding, that they take a couple of that a day, but also gives you a balance of what you need testosterone to be, so that it helps with the ED in future, prevention of that, and so much more.
That's it. That's a lot of it. Is instead of just waiting for it to happen and then reacting to it, it's like preventing it to happen. Yeah, that's the number one thing I've noticed, is just like taking care of your body before it gets to the point of breaking and or malfunctioning or something like that. It's just actually taking care of it to make sure it age gracefully, almost, I guess you could
Absolutely.
say.
That's our model. We all going to age. Aging is a beautiful process.
Mhm.
But if you age gracefully and be healthy until the last minutes of your life, that's what it counts.
Perfect. I think that's a great place to stop, actually. And thank you for joining me today,
Thank you
Dr.
so
Mary.
much,
It was great
Luca.
seeing
That was a
you.
good laugh.
I
That
did.
was a lot of learning.
It was great learning about this, and thank you guys for joining us, and have a fantastic day.